Hey guys, this is Josh Gad, and I play the role of Chuck in the Angry Birds movie.
And this is Jason Sudeikis, and I play Red in the movie.
You know, it takes a lot of talented people to make an animated film like the Angry Birds movie.
Yeah, every little thing had to be created, from a twig on the ground, to the design of the island, to the hairs on Red's eyebrows. We're talking about everything.
And, well, we thought it'd be fun to give you a look into how all this stuff was created.
Right, but as it turns out, we literally have no idea.
So let's ask some people who do. Take it away, title card.
Those are some pretty sweet graphics.
The Angry Birds movie is definitely as beautiful as any movie out there. It's really a stunning world where there's so much attention paid to every single detail.
Pete Oswald is our production designer, and he did an absolutely incredible job of sort of building the world of the Angry Birds movie. Pete has a wonderful sort of whimsy to his design.
The biggest challenge designing the Angry Birds movie was taking this well-known brand everyone knows about and creating a movie that encompasses that iconic feel, but is also new and exciting and beautiful.
Well, that's pretty awesome.
And that's why this guy is in charge of that.
Pete's style tends to be kind of graphic, and that's always a good sign of a good design when you can actually translate that into 3D. Think of things like Red's hut. Like, Pete will just draw a very kind of graphic representation.
When we set out to produce Bird Island, we wanted to create a world that was beautiful and lush, something you'd never seen before, but you wanted to visit.
The design of Bird Island is, something that we wanted it to feel tropical. We wanted it to feel like this place is beautiful, is happy.
Oh, wow. Whoa. That is simply unreal.
In the center of Bird Island is Mighty Eagle Mountain, and it has this very iconic eagle beak look to it. And then as you get in closer to the village, you start to see all the little huts. We use things we know in the real world, for example, that birds make nests out of. They eat worms. There's a worm shop. It's like getting a cup of coffee, but they're getting, a cup of worms.
Like these guys having coffee and reading the paper up there.
In the center of town, there's a bird bath, and they go to the feather salon instead of the hair salon. There's a nap bar in town. You can just go take a nap. And this is a utopia of happy birds.
We wanted to say that Bird Island was its own special place that had this affinity with the birds.
And what we tried to do is keep those bird themes alive. So, they're like trees, but they have, the feather motifs within them. So it'll always feel like a tropical island, but it also is a little bit different and a little bit unique to our film.
We kind of took that to, like, the texture of the ground and just always tried to tie things together in a way that makes sense for this world. And it just goes down to every little level of detail that you design, the shape of the leaves in the trees and the roofs of huts, the way they kind of flare like a feather.
We wanted to show you some of the building blocks that we've come up with and start talking a little bit more about how to build these to get the rest of our town.
Our design there was to have the body of the huts and then have interchangeable roofs, these crowns on the top that you've seen, and these rings that hold them together. So that's kind of the glue. Also, they can go on different platforms, and they have little accessories that go with them. You can see here with the ladders. So when we put all that stuff together for you guys, we were able to assemble all of those huts, which are the background huts, out of just those initial pieces.
The idea for Bird Island was we wanted the audience to really fall in love with the place so that later when the pigs come and they wreak havoc,
oh, man!
You not just feel for the birds because their kids have been taken, but you also just feel the loss of this beautiful village that they had.
But there's no other place besides here.
Yes, there is. And we are from there. We call it Piggy Island.
For Pig Island, we wanted to take advantage of the incredible, quirky nature of those pigs. They're kooky and fun, and in the game, they have this crazy, illogical architecture where you've got boulders on top of buildings and balloons holding things up and TNT crates underneath. Just crazy, like an imaginary circus. And our goal was to really bring all of that fun and funny to life.
Hello.
The design of Pig Island is very different than the design of Bird Island. On Bird Island, everything is organic and natural. And Pig Island is man-made. They have electricity, they have metal, they have glass, they have rock. The way they construct things, there's no rhyme, no reason. They just stack things on top of each other. They build things out of TNT crates. On Piggy Island, everything is just constructed and off-kiltered and off-balanced. We often referred to Piggy Island as the architecture of idiocy. These pigs are builders, and they just love to stack things on top of each other. They just keep building and building, and it's topsy and turvy, and it's off-balanced, and that's what gives Piggy Island its charm.
One of the interesting things about this movie is not only did we have to put the effort into creating the world, we had to put a lot of effort into destroying this world. So when the birds finally take it out on the pigs in the final sequence, everything that we put together, we get to blow up.
We talked a lot about how buildings would fall apart. You could do a straight sim where something just crumbles and the rubble happens, or you could do like the mousetrap game where something hits something else and it flies across the city and hits something else. And so that was generally our approach.
The design of destroying Pig City was great because we got to start from the reverse. We actually thought about how do these buildings fall apart before we thought about how to actually construct them.
Wow, that blows. In a good way.
You know, we use this building block concept to build the entire city. So we literally just built 6 different body structures, and we had a bunch of stilts, we had a bunch of ladders, a couple different chimneys, some boulders, and then we took all those different pieces, kind of like when you're a kid and you're building your play set, and we just started constructing in the most absurd ways that we thought that they could destruct in.
From the birds village to the pig city to the castle, like everything is designed to get destructed.
I just never thought when we made the Angry Birds movie that we would have something as awesome as this. Yeah.
Very awesome, though.
It's
always fun to blow stuff up.
Holy moly!
Would I rather live on Bird Island or Pig City?
Pig City. Well, you can get hot dogs in Pig City.
Yeah, strangely enough, I don't know what they're made of, but they have hot dogs. I think I would go for Bird Island. It's just tropical. It looks like a place you'd want to go vacation. Pig City is more of the place you have to go to work. It's very big and industrial and overdeveloped, but it suits the pigs, so I'd have to say Bird Island.
Yeah, I agree with Leigh on that. It's right over the ocean. You could see yourself sipping a drink with an umbrella in it, and yeah.
Perhaps you never heard the joke, why don't birds fly? Because where else would we ever want to go?
Wow. So, Josh, if you had to pick between living on Bird Island or Pig City, what would you choose?
Oh, honestly, I'd have to say Bird Island. I'm more of a tropical guy myself.
Yeah, I actually think Pig City would be pretty cool, but, you know. Hey, what do you think those hot dogs are made out of?
Okay, moving right along. So there you have it, the world of Angry Birds from the people who created it.
We hope you enjoyed that. I know we did.
Thanks for sticking through to the end.
Yeah, we appreciate your, I guess, thirst for knowledge.
I remember the first day they brought us a bird expert.
Bless his heart.
Yeah, he started to describe, well, you know, like the sheaths of inside a bird's feather like operate like this. And we were like, hang on, whoa.
Yeah, we're like, we're not making that movie.
We're not making that movie.
what the?
These birds are creatures. They're characters, and they don't fly.
I'm flying! No, still can't fly.
This is the starting point, which is the character that we know from the game. The design process took more than 100 versions on the actual drawing board for me, and then months of work between our studio and Sony Imageworks to get to the character that we actually see in the movie.
It's a new character, but like this is the part that people know,
Yeah.
the brows and the beak and the eyes.
Ready? Fire!
We are using all of the great characters that people love from the games, Red, Chuck, Bomb, Matilda, Terrence, and we have created an origin story of how these birds got angry.
It's a magical moment when you hear these actors for the first time in their characters, and that is really when the characters start to properly come to life.
Beak, wing, tail, ribs, giblets!
I play Red. He's actually a good person, or bird. but he's kind of a misfit or an outcast on Bird Island. And I think it's because he's red, always, even when he's not angry. It's a very aggressive color. Makes for some misunderstandings.
Red, our main character, he had to be appealing and approachable, even though he's a grump and a curmudgeon and a jerk sometimes, but you had to still like this guy.
There seems to be a recurring issue here. Anger.
I don't think I have an anger issue. I think you got an anger issue.
There's always one scene in Boards where you go, that's it. It unlocks something about the character, and it was the opening title sequence where we see Red going through different events in his everyday life and just losing his temper. We started to find the ideas that were really funny, and you laughed at and you went, oh, I can totally, I've been in that situation.
You want to root for him, even though he is angry, and at first you don't want to like him. So making sure that he could emote, you know, his facial features could all work, especially those big, thick eyebrows.
Eyebrows.
There's a great growth arc for Red, going from an outcast to someone who has friends, to someone who's a leader, to someone who becomes a hero.
The first anger management class, we see Red go into a situation he just doesn't want to be in.
Oh, look at this. This is gonna be awful.
We couldn't just make Red angry at everything. We had to find situations that the audience would relate to.
And we can all relate to being forced by our parents or teachers or whatever to go into a, you know, a situation where he just doesn't want to be there.
Hey guys, say hello to Red, everyone. Hello.
Hi, Red. Hello, birds I won't get to know well.
And meeting the other characters, Red's character just kind of came to life. In fact, it was where we discovered the relationship between Red, Chuck, and Bomb, and sort of the comedic electricity that sort of forms when those three guys are together on screen.
So I play Chuck, the yellow bird. He does everything at 1,000,000 miles per hour. Everything. We're talking running, flying, talking. I'd done speed reading before, but this was the first time I did speed acting. The coffee budget on this film was enormous. I mean, astronomically high. Apparently somebody didn't get the memo that we like to start on time because you're about 2 minutes late. Don't let it happen again. Hi, my name is Chuck. I'm sorry we got off on the wrong foot. I like you a lot, I can tell. It was a lot of effort playing Chuck. He's always moving around, bouncing from this thing to that thing, up, down, in, out. Of course, since this is an animated movie, all the action is in my mind, so I'm mentally exhausted all the time.
Chuck in the game can speed up, so we kind of took that as the very first characteristic of what would Chuck's personality be like.
Drinks on me, guys!
And then when Josh came aboard, he helped us develop the character even further.
It's Chuck time!
Josh Gad is awesome. He makes me laugh every time I hear Chuck speak.
Do it!
You can see how much character and comedy he's brought to this part.
Rabbit, fish, locust, king pigeon. And of course, downward duck.
In the game, he's a triangle, and we really wanted to hold on to that as a design concept, so everything about Chuck is a triangle.
His head feathers and his tail feathers and his beak, he has quite a long beak, longer than most birds, and we wanted to make sure that because he talks so much that he has a wide range of motion that he can get that beak going.
What would a mighty eagle battle cry sound like? You know what? I think I got an idea. Maybe something like,
Chuck is always in your face, and he doesn't quite know it. He's a little unaware of his own personal space and your space, and he's always like right up on you.
That beak. That beak can invade anything.
If my name were Bobby, would you ask about my hobbies? Or if my name were Judas, would you ask me what my mood is?
I play Bomb. He's a pretty laid-back, fun-loving guy, but if he gets excited or startled, he blows up, literally explodes. Any little thing can set him off. He's a tough guy to make microwave popcorn around.
Danny McBride is the perfect person to play Bomb. He just brings the right kind of goofy yet lovable sensibility to Bomb.
Let's do it!
Bomb, in some ways, he's like the high school jock. On the surface of it, he appears very relaxed, but he actually has an anxiety problem.
Excuse me. Party foul.
The most important thing for designing Bomb was to have that wick on top of his head.
Come on, Bomb, you can do this! Blow up!
We wanted to kind of cue the audience into the fuse feather to sort of say, oh, is he going to blow up now?
Doing wonderful. Stretch it out the core.
The further the yellow goes down, the feathers actually change colors when it reaches the bottom. That's kind of time to go.
Bomb? Nice. And this is Terrence.
More like terrifying.
Terrence is always a crowd favorite.
Yeah, nobody knows what Terrence is capable of. It's the air of mystery about him. We actually thought, is this guy going to be scary, you know, like because he groans and he doesn't really articulate a lot? As we developed the character, we saw he can all of a sudden appear where he wants to appear, and he surprises you constantly.
Our idea in casting the role of Terrence was to find one of the greatest actors in the world, but not give him any lines of dialogue. Sean Penn had never done a voice in a CG animated movie before, and he came in and created such a fantastic, lovable personality for Terrence.
I did not know you felt that way.
You go to Sean Penn and say, would you groan for 3 hours for us? And you don't know what you're gonna get. But he was all in. He was totally committed.
La 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 la.
Oh my God. Welcome to the Infinity Acceptance Group. I am Matilda, and I'm just super psyched to be taking this journey with you.
My character Matilda spreads the joy and the love and all the positivity.
You're gonna have a blast. I'm really fun.
But there's definitely an undercurrent of hanging on by a thread.
Deep breath, deep breath. Deep breath.
Matilda is
a reformed angerholic.
A reformed angerholic, a self-help guru. When you meet her, you sense this like boiling tension underneath that she tries to like manage with, you know, wind chimes and trickling waterfalls.
Thought for the day. Water is the softest thing, yet it can penetrate mountains and earth.
Everything on Matilda is egg-shaped, even her eyes. And she has these beautiful little pink cheeks. And we later find out that she can shoot eggs out of her butt.
Take that, porkers! Incoming!
That all came from the game and us trying to stay as close to the game, but take it a next step.
This little piggy popped! This little piggy exploded! And this little piggy went, wee, wee, wee! I want my mama!
How about that? My teacher can shoot fireballs out of her butt.
Oh, Crimson, Woody, Ash.
Who? Is he talking to us?
Come on, bring it in.
For me, I think the big surprise in making this movie was that it's supposed to be this really big, broad comedy based on this kind of wacky game. But in the end, it became a story about Red as a character and a person and how he becomes part of something bigger than he thought he would.
Wow! Is that you right there, Red?
Oh, really? Where? No, they didn't have to do... Oh, yeah.
We hoped for it and we built it in, but the way it plays out for me, it was really rewarding.
This is why we went to go get pedicures, isn't it?
Nope. We got pedicures because we're worth it.
I got gels.
You guys are something else.
Greetings from our world, the world of the pigs.
I play Leonard, who's at first appears to be the savior, but there's something more to Leonard. He's a pig. He's a real pig. He's a filthy pig.
Enchanté. You look delicious, my dear.
That's always the goal. When you have a villain like this, you don't want to hate them. You want to like them.
Bill was great at making the guy charming, but you know that Leonard's got another agenda.
And a hoof to a wing.
My first recording session for the movie was just 4 hours of trying different voices. The filmmakers were saying they want it to be kind of a huckster.
That's not all. Throwing things just got a whole lot easier. I am a pig. Ixnay on the Yongse. Who says birds don't fly?
And somehow it came out as this weird southern guy. And then we kind of just settled on that.
Ready? Aim! Fire! I got it! Incredible!
The amazing thing about Bill is he can land his voice in places and you're looking at the guy act, and you just don't know how he's doing it. It's sort of like a magic trick.
Set sail for Piggy Island. Ross, show him how we do it.
I play the character Ross. He just wants to do the right thing, but he's constantly beat up by Leonard, and he's just in the background, just like, screwed up, screwed up, screwed up.
Unbelievable. Unbelievable.
He's not the smartest pig in the pen.
Drop the banner, Ross. Now, we would love to.
But playing a character that is so dumb is really fun for me to play, because I am really, really, really not dumb. So it's a challenge for me.
Ross was Adam of all the pigs. And so all the DNA of the pigs really came from Ross's design.
Oh, watch out. Shaking my bacon.
With the pigs, we had this idea that they were of a hive mind.
So these guys, they're all about trying to get the eggs. So we're always just trying to figure out how they moved.
When you look at them as a mass of characters, they would feel like almost one character. But going closer to them, each one of them will have a very distinctive personality.
We had quite a few challenges interpreting the two-dimensional pigs so that they would really work well in 3D.
They actually were one of the most difficult characters to build in CG because everything's on top of the other thing. Like their arms are next to where their ears would be, their jaw goes into where their belly is, and then how do you have them twist and then still have believable structure?
The simpler a character is, the more the audience notices every imperfection and every change in that shape. So our pigs look simple, but they are very complicated, sophisticated models.
In the game, you have small, medium, large circles, which represent the pigs, and we had to go further than that just to make them distinct. But I think we ended up with about 24 different shapes and sizes for all the pigs, and we would just mix and match. And so we really got a cast of hundreds of pigs out of a few simple designs.
There's some tall pigs, there's some short pigs, there's some fat pigs. But if you look at them as a group, they're all pretty much the same hue of green, where in the birds, there's a lot more variation.
The animation team did a great job of keeping that appeal, but the pigs have tiny little legs, you know, so how do you move to make them work?
Stretching things in animation, it's almost the easy way out. If you have a character with short legs, just stretch them so he can reach the next step, but that's not how our approach was for this. It was more like if the pig can't reach the top of his head because his arms are so short, like how does he take off his hat? And so maybe he has to like let it fall into his hand or use a stick. But limitations driving performance makes for far more entertaining performance than just like, hey, he can just do whatever he needs to do to get the story point across.
The pigs are really out there. They're just crazy characters. So for me, just the exploration, the design was so much fun.
They don't have feathers?
We would love to see your cowboy show. Thank you. Thank you so much.
There's a moment in this journey that I gave up. My boots just couldn't walk another mile. And that cloud above me had no silver lining. I couldn't buy a break with my last dime. Oh, but when I saw you standing in the corner, I'd have never thought that you would have my back. But then we rolled in like the thunder and the lightning. Threw some punches, then we had a laugh. Just some roughed up desperados, hanging tough just like two birds of a feather. Who's gonna tell us now that we can't fly? Just some roughed up desperados, hanging tough through thick and thin, kicking up dust wherever we go. I can see that you and me are gonna be friends. To the end, you and me are gonna be friends. Yeah. Here we go. Hey, hey, you and me, different as different can be. You like to rock, I like to roll. You take the high and I'll take the low. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Just some roughed up desperados, hanging tough through thick and thin, kicking up dust wherever we go. I can see that you and me are gonna be friends. To the end, you and me are gonna be friends. I can see that you and me are gonna be friends. Yeah.
Well, hello there. So who's ready for some crafting? Well, too bad. We're doing it anyways. For today's craft, I thought it would be nice to use items you probably already have around your house. We're going to use plain white paper, some empty tin cans, either soup or soda works, 1 plastic spoon, 2 rubber bands, thicker ones work better, 1 binder clip, ask your parents if they have any, 1 green marker or highlighter, you could also use green paint if you have it, 1 black marker, 1 glue stick, 1 pair of scissors, some small fruits, we're gonna use cherries today, and finally some plastic containers. So now we've got all of our items gathered up. Any guesses as to what we're gonna make with all this stuff? Well, if you set a catapult in a mini pig city, then you're right.
Can I just say I never understand a single thing you're talking about?
Let's get started. Remember, at any point if I'm going too fast, you can pause or rewind to catch up with me. Here we go. To make the catapult, we'll start by taking our binder clip. Make sure the metal loops are folded back like this. Next, take a rubber band. You're going to wrap it around both of the metal loops and wind it several times until it's nice and secure. Now take your spoon. This part's a bit tricky. You're going to slide your spoon into the rubber band, but on the outside of the loop. It'll take some wiggling, but eventually you'll have it in place. Grab 1 more rubber band. This time you're only wrapping it around your spoon side and securing it to the loop. And there you have it. Catapult is done. Now, let's go build our pig city. You can't have a pig city without some pigs, so let's decorate a couple of our cans to make them look like little green piggies. First, take your paper and measure it to the size of your can. You can cut off the excess paper. Now comes the fun part, drawing your piggy's face. We'll use our black marker for this. We'll start with an oval in the middle for the nose. Now we'll draw circles on either side for the eyes. Don't worry about making them even. The best piggies have the wackiest eyeballs. Then add 2 dots for nostrils. And a dot for each of their pupils. And a curved line for the mouth. If you'd like, you can also give them some fun eyebrows. You know who else has fun eyebrows? Now some ears. Then we'll color it in with our green marker. And voila! You can make any kind of face you want, like this, or this, or this. Next, you can use your glue stick to secure your piggy to its can. You could start with 1 piggy, or 2, or 3. You can make as many piggies as you'd like. Let's start building our pig structure. Those pigs really seem to have mastered the architectural style of idiocy, so there's no wrong way to build this. We can start with the can here, and we can put a plastic container here, and maybe we add a pig on top of that. Oh, this is coming together so nicely, isn't it? Remember, the taller you build it, the harder it falls. Now comes the best part.
We're gonna destroy it all!
So, take your small fruit ammo and position it on your catapult. Pull back gently, and
Let her rip! Take that pig city down! Destroy them all! Leave no structure standing!
so there you have it. A nice, relaxing craft activity. Now, deep breath in and release.
No towel. Ow! This. Sometimes our moms hide the eggs, but not sometimes. The Easter Bunny comes and he puts eggs. A huge bunny, but then I got lice and then she got all curly. Here comes Easter Bunny, coming down to everyone's house and hides every egg. And then she does it again. It's a he. No, it looks like a girl. No, it looks like a boy. Girl, boy, girl. It looks like boy, 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 boy. Girl. Hi. I love my mommy. She reads me a story and then she sings me a song. She kisses me goodnight and she tucks me in. Mommy always works. I think I know one bad dessert. She ignores me. One time my brother threw up on my mom. Happy Mother's Day. I saw a lot. Deck the halls of boughs of holly, fa la 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 la. 'Tis the Birds always get into it. I don't want to sing anymore.
Say bye to Daddy.
One thing that we introduce in the beginning of the movie is the central hallowed role of eggs. Eggs to these birds are their children.
Hi, Red. Is one of those yours?
What? Yeah, when birds fly.
Huh?
Let's go.
Red comes to a crosswalk where there's a crossing guard.
No running, no running.
And I think the very first time we ever saw the hatchlings, it came out of this parade of chicks that crosses the street.
Based on a duck, you know, what's the little ducklings?
Yeah.
You guys ever thought about bird control?
When we were designing these, we just wanted the first look at any of these to be like, oh my God, these are adorable. These big eyes, these little tiny beaks, these tiny little wings.
We used every technological resource and poured it into how cute we can make these things, from the fluff to the size of the eyes, and just like everything from Francesca's design is like cute, cute, cute. Very simple, maximize cuteness, that was the mandate.
You sense that these little guys, even though they're tiny and they're cute.
We're always looking for mischief as well. We were trying to find, like, what's the key to unlocking these characters, and I did a drawing of this giant pile of TNT with a hatchling and a match. And it does kind of connect to where Red came from as this angry bird. Like, it's in their DNA to be bad.
To be mischievous. We knew from the game that we had the 3 blues, and the blues were very important to people.
Oh, I felt a peck.
We wanted to really nurture the idea how important the eggs were to the birds, and the blues are sort of the symbol of that.
Our eggs.
And it was a question of how do we surprise the audience with their appearance and the culture of having children, little children running around.
Wait, what are we doing? Watch out!
About halfway through the production, I saw the latest cut of the film, and when I saw Red coming out of the rubble with the 3 hatchlings, I literally started to cry. And it helped us design the rest of the film, knowing that that type of heart was in the film.
I think these belong to you.
It's really kind of like a sweet moment.
Thank you.
Mighty, mighty Red, you rescued me, defender of our homes and liberty. Bravery, humility, angry. Mighty, mighty Red, you rescued me.
Yeah. Oh.
Look, it's okay. I'm just a clown. Happy Hats Day to you. Happy Hats Day to you. Hey, someone's really upset about getting older. Happy Hats Day, dear Timothy. Wheat allergy doesn't like clowns. Oh, boy. Happy Hats Day to you. There you go. Oh, hi, pal. Hello.
You must be so disappointed in yourself for being this late.
Oh, no. I'm not late. Look at the time. See, the order said before noon.
Okay, now you're late.
Shaking the bacon.
Because where else would we ever want to go?
Oh, you're a hoot.
Huh? Ugh. Gross.
Oh, this is top dollar. Fruits, nuts, moisturizers, shampoos, hard cookies. What is this, face cream? I'm loving these guys.
Oh, how about that? We meet again.
Hey, look, Chuck, you know, I can be a jerk sometimes. I can. And your poem was right. You made something happy, and I couldn't deal with it. So, I'm sorry about that. You know, I gotta say that Billy, he put up a good fight. He really did, you know. You would have been proud of him. He got a few good licks in. Here, come on, sit down.
Okay, apology accepted.
This is cozy.
It got away.
Oh, watch out. Shaking what my mama gave me.
They don't have feathers? You know, they're just walking around naked, just presenting themselves. I'm looking at all their business here.
That part about them I really admire.
And now we would like to welcome our special guest, the pig!
So he's kind of a wackadoodle. You know, it doesn't mean he's not wise.
Well, the floodwaters took that tree and the two little birds in it. Good thing I happened to be flying by. That's why they named it Mighty Eagle Creek.
I don't want to know what he does in the creek.
I do.
But that's not why I do it.
So anyway, the other day, these pigs showed up out of nowhere, and we are concerned that...
there are 1,000 stories in the Hall of Heroism. Hey, I notice you're looking at that seemingly ordinary coconut. Interesting story.
You don't stare at a man's coconut, Chuck.
It started as just another day. I was flying as I do until in the distance flashes of light drawing me in like a moth to the flame.
Busted.
Then I saw it. The coconut. Not the actual coconut, but the coconut in one's mind's eye. The third eye coconut. And now, Chapter 2.
When I say eat the, you say eggs! Eat the! Eat the! Wow, what a reception! All right, snouts up!
Man, it's a snout staircase! Who thinks of that?
Welcome home, King Mudbeard!
My father, and my father's father, and my weird Aunt Chloe have all searched for the eggs, but only I, King Mudbeard, have found them. I present to you the eggs!
Oh, man! Say goodbye to Harvey.
A feast. I proclaim a feast. 2 night's hens. But wait, there's more. Ross, did you get the gifts?
Yeah! Seat cushions.
Perfect. Pigs! If you all look under your benches, you'll find your very own commemorative seat cushion. Did you have to put my face on it?
Made it personal.
Does none of this seem wrong to you guys? I'll tell you this. If anyone knows what these pigs are up to, it's Mighty Eagle.
Oh yeah! Take that, tree! Wow! Eat my foot! Oh, yeah! Tasty! Yum, yum, yum! Mighty Eagle! Peekaboo! You're welcome.
Does Mighty Eagle still live?
Hi everyone, I'm Heitor Pereira, the composer for the Angry Birds movie, and today I want to just tell you a little story about Red's theme. When I was writing it, I knew that I had gotten like the rage, and the anger, but he also is a character with a lot of heart. So, in writing for the orchestra, I realized that the best way to convey the emotion was by just doing what you do too, which is just singing. So sometimes when we write these very emotional things, we not necessarily think of the orchestra, but it comes to you the same way maybe music comes to you, just by, open your mouth and go for it. So this is how it was born, more or less. The chorus goes like this. Hi everyone, I'm Heitor Pereira, the composer for the Angry Birds movie, and today I want to show you a couple instruments that I've used to build the sounds of the pigs. This is a crazy one, for example. I've used this beautiful artistic thumb piano kalimba with the rattle. Money machine, the cashier, so it goes. At some point, I use my old friend, the toy piano. I found this piano a long time ago and I really love him. The first time I saw Pig's Island, I felt, oh my God, everything here is just about to fall apart. So I decided I would use these instruments that are very unique, played in an even more unique way, the wrong way, and that would give me the sound that forms the Pig's orchestra. Hi everyone, I'm Heitor Pereira, the composer for the Angry Birds movie, and I'm gonna show you today the theme that I've written for Chuck. Chuck is a fast bird, so I've written this thing with the 2 trumpets that become like this crazy punk track afterwards, but for now, just the 2 trumpets, so you can listen to it isolated. That's part of it. Hi everyone, I'm Heitor Pereira, the composer for the Angry Birds movie, and today I want to show you that at the same time that the movie has a lot of heart and emotional moments, it also has a lot of action. So here's a little example of that. Beautiful. Amazing. Hi everyone, I'm Heitor Pereira, the composer for the Angry Birds movie, and what you just heard is the intro, mission-esque, action-esque part of the theme that I've written for Chuck, Bomb, and Red, when they together go out there to save the eggs and the serious mission that they have ahead of them. There's a friendship there. So there is a moment in the melody that it becomes more like this. More or less. And from here it goes straight into, hopefully, success. The chorus. Pa. Hi everyone, I'm Heitor Pereira, and what I just played is part of the sound that I created for Red's Anger. Angry Birds, Red guitar. This is it.